Oh, goodness gracious, look at what we've got here. And awesome. The other effect, you see, why aren't we seeing these more? We saw the Nova Cat, but where the fuck did they pull the awesome from? The awesome is the proud Davian standard energy weapon boat. Because we must boat all of the weapons. This is how we work. If we have a weapons platform, it will be the greatest weapons platform ever devised! Even though I'm using a absolutely disgusting Draconis piece of shit. But it can boat ballistics weapons, so it's Davian at heart. Now let's see here what we've got in terms of ammunition. We got another LBX-20. Ultra AC2s, more Klangos. All this wonderful stuff that we're not actually using. But it's nice to have the option.
Sir, your sister just received a communication from Steiner, specifically Commandant Kulin. He apparently requested to speak directly with her, and she agreed. She was pretty upset afterwards, but she's relayed the conversation and wanted you to see it.
She took the troll's bait?
I'm speaking to Miss Johanna Drissari. This is Commandant James Kulin of House Steiner.
Don't mind me, just sitting back.
You are.
I'm flattered.
You shouldn't be. Is there a reason for this call?
Yes. I'm aware that you've been gathering up renegade military personnel loyal to the deposed government and stealing Steiner supplies and equipment to outfit them.
I would like you to stop.
I find a collection of captured military personnel of my own in prisoner of war camps here and there on the planet. And what with all the supplies we've been deprived of lately, it's no longer in the best interest of my government to continue supporting them. In order
it would
to
be a shame if we committed war
resources,
crimes.
I will begin executing captured Davion forces, effective immediately. I'm sure you can see that I have no choice in this matter. Your own actions have precipitated it.
You're killing unarmed prisoners, Kulin. You, not me.
It's my job to maintain peace and order among the populace of this planet. And that job often can't be accomplished without a certain degree of sacrifice.
And war
crimes. As long as
crimes.
it's the people of my planet who are the ones being sacrificed.
It's best they accept the inevitable. Mr. Sorry, things will go so much easier for them when they do that.
Young Duke, you've just salvaged a very dangerous clan Omnimech. It's a Nova Cat. It should serve us well. Your father had a couple brought back from the clan war, but this isn't one of them. I'm not sure how it wound up in Steiner hands. Has a wicked beam weapon configuration. Heat can be a problem, but it's an extremely lethal design. It's not fast, but it's heavily armored, and it has devastating weapons. I strongly recommend you consider deploying it. I have seen what it can do. I've replaced some of the power conduits, so it should be in good shape if you want to use it.
Yeah, of course, because he replaced some of the power he just replaced some of the fuses and some of the fuse boxes. That totally brings a stack-poled mech back into action. Now, let's go have a look-see. Since they said Omnimech, but I'm not exactly sure that's not what that means, because I don't think having one Omni slot qualifies as Omnimech. Do you? This looks to me like a laser boat with a little bit of extra something in there. But, we don't need that. Even though it is 70 tons, and that would be nice to have on the field. So, we're gonna, let's give Casey it. Let's see if he can handle the heat. But, let's see here. Nova Cat. There we go. And, what about the Awesome? Right up here. The Awesome is essentially just a laser boat. It is honestly, I think one of the more, iconic laser boats for me. Because I do enjoy using, I do enjoy using this machine as well. Even though it's basically just a sheer wall of lasers. But, we run ballistics in this house, and that's what we're gonna keep doing. So, unfortunately, this is another one that's gonna have to sit by the wayside. It'd be really nice if there was, I don't know. You see, I want to have a game like this, today. think of all the things that they could do in this game now, in a mechanical sense. Not even graphical fidelity. Honestly, at the end of the day, I don't really give a shit about graphical fidelity. Mechwarrior Online basically, showed me that all the pretty graphics in the world aren't going to help me if the game's shit. So, I don't really give two fucks about graphical fidelity. Think about how much they could accomplish today if they actually put their asses behind a decent single-player Mechwarrior experience. Multiplayer is still kind of a problem, but I think... Honestly, there are a lot of games coming out, like, for example, Ace Combat Infinity, for example, which is a purely cooperative experience. I mean, you're still competitively playing against other people, but you're not... The air-to-air is sort of, player versus player is sort of a sideshow. I think that would probably be best for a Mechwarrior game. Like, think about it. Like, think about, a mostly PvE experience for a Mechwarrior game. And then having something like Solaris for PvP. I'd play the shit out of that. And also, a lot of what Mechwarrior Online also misses is the fact that there aren't any PvE anything. Half the fun of this game, in a lot of sense, is being a giant, 3-story tall fucking giant robot and stepping on tanks and small little fortifications and, just little things that just, explode as soon as you look at them. Mechwarrior Online doesn't have that. It's just mech combat, and honestly, at the end of the day, mech combat, I think a lot of cases that mech combat in this game is probably the weakest part of it in a strange way. What am I doing mostly in mech combat? I'm just shooting for the center torso until they explode. It's not the most nuanced thing in the world. There really isn't any sort of anything going on in this game that would warrant, the mech on mech combat isn't exactly really anything to speak of. And that's kind of another knock against Mechwarrior 4. The other Mechwarriors, the earlier ones, especially 3, got really autistically into this. But the only problem is that caused a lot of balance problems, and it was absolutely shit for multiplayer. The multiplayer for Mechwarrior as a series has never been good. It has never been a very good multiplayer experience in absolutely none of the incarnations. Honestly, I think the mech tech for Mechwarrior 4 Mercenaries, that multiplayer that they crafted was probably the closest thing to actually having a solid Mechwarrior experience, which is to say nothing of Mechwarrior Living Legends, now that I remember that is a thing. That is probably the height of competitive Mechwarrior in a multiplayer setting, and that's not even an official Mechwarrior game. That's a fucking mod made by people in their spare time, which is now dead because Piranha Games are a bunch of shitlords. But enough rambling by me. Let's go back and play this game and relive my childhood. But I'm just saying, just sit and think of what they could do if somebody sat down and said, I want to make a Mechwarrior game like Mechwarrior 4, but better. It would be fucking astounding.
Omega, the Resistance will be providing our support on this sortie. The first target, air defense site at Nav Zeta. Take it out before you intercept the convoy so we can evac the prisoners by air. Once you intercept the convoy and neutralize their guard units, escort the prisoner vehicles to the landing zone at Nav Delta and provide cover for the evac choppers while they're transferring the prisoners. Once they're away, break contact with Steiner forces. We're pretty close to a major Steiner firebase, so we just want to get our people and get out with minimal losses. Foxtrot 09er. We're moving to suspected start point. We'll keep you updated.
Foxtrot 07, moving out to recon route.
Roger, Foxtrot. Charlie Tango 1, stand by.
Roger, Control. Good luck, guys.
Sensors online. Weapons systems online. All functioning systems nominal.
Alright, let's go casually avert some war crimes, shall we? Now, what are we going on here? Destroy the air defense radar tower at Nav Zeta. Alright. We're gonna have ourselves a short walk here, though there doesn't seem to be any music going on here. That's kind of jarring, but I suppose that breeds anticipation. The calm before the storm.
This is Omega Lead. We're coming up on the Steiner air defense site. We'll hit it fast before they warn anybody else or get their defenses powered up.
Roger, Omega. Take out the radar dish and control tower first. Repeat, radar and tower first.
Roger, Control. Over.
And also, once again, I have completely forgotten, during that fucking spirited ramble about how cool a Mechwarrior game would be this day, I totally forgot to actually change the ammunition. Oh well.
Enemy
We'll manage.
detected.
Also, not in range. Okay, that's the tower, and now... Lucille, please move.
Control, this is Omega Lead. Air defense site destroyed.
Roger, Omega. Charlie Tango 1, this is Control. Air defense neutralized. When the
Back up.
convoy stops, you should be able to slip in and out with no one the wiser. Foxtrot 09er. Convoy is getting underway. Looks like 2 light mechs and a few tracks as babysitters. Targets are ID'd and uploaded. Roger, copy.
More repair bays that I can't use because I will squish them. Now, I'm assuming we have to go to Nav Alpha, which is over there. Seems like a pretty cut and dry operation. No big surprises here, hopefully. I believe that's them on the radar. The mysterious green square. Honestly, to tell you the truth, as I was saying about graphical fidelity, honestly, a modern Mechwarrior game could look like this and I wouldn't give a shit. It's all about depth and gameplay. Yeah, sure, you can put some effort into the graphical fidelity to make the thing look
Foxtrot
cool.
09er.
You don't have to.
Convoy is passing Nav Point Alpha. Roger.
Alright. They are at Alpha, and we've got... bulldogs way off in the distance, and we can't see anything else. Oh! 2 cougars. Goodness gracious me.
Looks like a fuel depot. Let's 86 and see if Steiner can operate their tanks on fumes.
Your discretion, Omega. Just ensure no witnesses. Foxtrot 09er, be advised the convoy must have visual. They're picking up speed. This is Foxtrot
No witnesses.
09er. The enemy's killing the prisoners. We have to take those guys out now.
Whoops. Whoops. That was my bad. I accidentally killed my own prisoners. Oh well. Damn it, Jules. Why'd you tell me to shoot that? Why'd you do it? God damn it. You bloodthirsty animal.
Foxtrot 07, reporting convoy guard is neutralized.
Steiner convoy.
Target
Your escorts
destroyed.
are destroyed. You will immediately proceed to Nav Delta. I'm transmitting now. When you arrive, you are to shut down and wait. Do as I say, and you will not be hurt.
Enemy
Command, this is Charlie Tango 1, inbound on the LZ at Delta. ETA less than 1 minute. Keep them off our back. We'll be in and out in no time.
Vulch. Those brave men in that one horribly exploded tractor trailer, they died for the cause.
Steiner Vulture on radar at range.
All units, we've got a Steiner Vulture near Omega Lance. Omega, TKO.
Roger that, Control.
Ding ding.
Target destroyed.
Alright, well, that's one mech we don't have to worry about.
It's hot. I'm glad I'm not in the infantry.
Well, we're still forcing a march here. But at least we're doing it with robot legs instead of our own. Haha, perks. Well, the only thing you have to do, the only thing you have to sign up for is to walk around in a bomb. That doesn't sound like, you know, too bad of a trade-off, huh? Alright, there's our chalks. gonna have to keep moving along.
Nav point Beta reached.
Okay, boys, no funny business. Just take the left up here and just keep going. Nobody's gotta get hurt. We're just avoiding some war crimes. Where the fuck you guys going? Find the AI paths and keep going. Come on now. They're under the... You can sense them. You are built for this. You can handle this. They are there for you. Get going! Alright. Here's the dust-off site. Let's get in there. Come on.
This
Get
is
moving.
Charlie Tango 1. We're getting all our guests on board. Give us 2 minutes tops.
Enemy detected.
Oh, goodness. That might be a problem.
Nav point Delta reached.
You boys just hang out here.
Ian,
looking
looks
at
like
me.
we have 2 Steiner mechs trying to make an end run on the landing zone.
All units, we have 2 mechs inbound on the landing zone.
Get off my DZ!
Warning. Heat exceeding recommended level. Target destroyed.
Alright, 1 mech inbound on the DZ. Oh, hi there. You fucking... Where you going?
Target destroyed.
Nowhere. Alright then! After that casual interruption. Well, boys, get moving. And also, funny enough, I don't think we need 3 tons of ammunition. We seem to be doing perfectly fine on 1. Well, maybe 2. That's a good compromise. Maybe 2 and an extra heatsink. So we'll actually tune the ammunition next fucking mission. Which I believe is the last mission in the
This
sector.
is Charlie Tango 1. Prisoners are aboard, and we are airborne.
Okay. Control, this is Omega Lead. Looks like they're away.
Roger, Omega. Break off and avoid all Steiner units. Once you're clear of all contacts, head back to base.
This is Charlie Tango 1. We're clear and headed for safe ground. Thanks for the support.
All units.
All units. The game did not expect me to win the mission that quickly.